if somebody did events from Jersey in like Central, and then like they did it in South Jersey. Like I want to do events those places too, but if more people would do those like consistently, then it's like okay, now we're growing on like a whole different scale, and like we could all really come together, and like now it's really going crazy.
Jersey, culture, culture, Jersey, culture, Jersey, culture, culture. Yo, it's your boy Ty Sharp from the one only high class hoodlums, and you tuned into another episode of Jersey Culture. Man, Stax was good, my boy.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Champion Stax, and I'm still in the cut, working hard to make it work.
Man, we got special guests, man. Changing it up today, man. I done drove up north a little bit, you know what I mean? Like a good little 15 minutes. Went to Jersey City, touchdown, my boy Kurt Donavon in the building, man. What's good, my boy?
Yeah. What's good, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, bro, look, it's Jersey culture. You got a whole culture going on right now that people are not tapped into or not knowing enough about. So that's what we came here to bring you here, man, to tap in with you, man, see what's going on. So can you give the people a little breakdown of who Kurt Donavon is?
So basically, my name is Kurt Donovan. I'm an artist. I also am an event curator, and I also make documentaries, all basically centered around kind of trying to help bring together more creatives and help give platforms to different creative artists, whether they're designers or musicians or painters or whatever kind of creative expression that you have, just trying to give more platforms for them. Um, I personally, my first passion was filmmaking, so I do like a docu series on YouTube where I showcase different creatives and go behind the scenes of like the things that I'm doing, and um, kind of just give more insight and help for creative artists who are trying to watch and kind of get more insight and like get more knowledge on how they could go about making like a living off of their creative expression. And that also ties in with my events that I do and when we put artists on stage. And my main thing is I'm a musician and I make alternative rock music. I play with a band a lot of the time, and yeah, so just essentially just trying to push all of my creative passions as well as like help other creatives with theirs as well.
Got you. So what made you start doing this, man? What made you be like, I'm about to rent a spot out, I'm about to go talk to mad artists, tell them they gotta pull up, and we're gonna get shit popping? Like, what made you get into that whole
Well,
mindset?
I kind of always wish that that I was like in that kind of environment,
Got you.
and I think I always like subconsciously knew that I wanted to be in that kind of environment without really knowing like what was the case, because I was kind of like I never really liked school, or I never really liked certain environments because it just wasn't we weren't like connecting, like it wasn't like the right kind of people. And I realized that like more creative people and more like people who are along the lines of what I'm trying to do in the same like mindset is kind of who the environments I'm trying to build. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm doing it, just to help people who are kind of like me and to bring those people together, because I've always wanted to be around people like that and have like a community, especially in Jersey, because I was born here and I like love the state. So I always wanted to just bring everything together, and I wish that there was like a community of artists. So I was like, instead of just wishing to do it, I'm just gonna like do it. Yeah.
I kind of felt the same way. Like I couldn't get into school, the whole academic side of it, but I was the same way. Like I was real creative. I was always trying to build and this and that. So I didn't mess with school as far as like work and the whole school aspect of it. But I loved going to school because that's where everybody was. It was the easiest place to get, like you said, all the creatives. It was the easiest place for me to get to school and link this dude with that dude. Because in school, I used to do a lot of things like that, projects, creative things. I've always made music all throughout school, music videos. I was trying to create people and get this dude who was a filmmaker with this dude who owned a camera and get them together and try to work on a project I had in my head. You know what I'm saying? I always did that. So going to school made it real accessible to have that. So I always enjoyed going to school. Plus, you get to see everybody, see your friends. So, but I never liked the school aspect of it.
Yeah.
But I always used school like as a as like an accelerant to do what I wanted to do, like creatively and building people. And still to this day, I talk to people I went to school with, and we do projects together. We make music, like off camera. The person I was talking about, we grew up together in school, still making stuff, still creating. So
Yeah, no, school is definitely beneficial. I think
Yeah.
I liked it, but I think it was just kind of more like I knew that a lot of the people weren't alike to me. Well, it's just, I mean, specifically my school. I feel like if I went to like a performing arts high
I
school,
guess what I
maybe.
was getting at was like, did you, like you said, you were creative, like in school? Did you do that? Did you try to collaborate with people? Were you being creative in
Yeah,
school?
yeah, most definitely. In school, I was kind of doing a lot of filmmaking, so um, a lot of time I would not go to school and just try to just
Yeah,
do whatever, like my passion and do things like that. I mean, they were kind of cool about it because they knew what I was trying to do. So,
yeah. They
but
probably saw the talent.
yeah, and I was
Yeah,
actually like doing shit. Like I was going to New York and like doing auditions and like making my own like short films and stuff. And at that time, I was making music, but I really wasn't dropping anything. I was just like trying to get developed and like trying to get
yeah.
better. And so yeah, that's kind of I kind of just wish there was more like there was mostly non-creative people in my school. So I was like kind of like, okay, you guys mindset is like you got to go to college, you want to do this, you want to do it a specific way, and it's you kind of look at me like a different way for
Okay,
trying to so I felt like an outsider in that aspect.
okay.
So that's why I was like I wish I wanted to create like a an environment where it's more of the creatives who are kind of more alike to me so we could kind of push for a specific
That
like
paints the picture
purpose.
more what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the environment you came up in. I guess around here we had a lot of people that wanted to be creative and do something.
Oh yeah.
Shit,
Our school
everybody
was
do it.
filled with somebody who wanted to be something, whether it was dance, music, film, art, some type of something like that. This town was filled with a bunch of.
Yeah, y'all see the varsity thing. I ain't gotta ask too much, but nah, I say that's one thing I liked about Central High School though. Town we in right now. So basically, like at the school itself, it was a whole bunch of kids from other places that all had moved here from somewhere. So everybody just like different versions of themselves. So it was dope because you had like me and my friend. I remember freshman year, like iCarly was still out, right? So we was like, "Yo, how the fuck they making this shit look cool on the internet? Let's make a show like that. Like we gonna really do that." So we made a show called "Get Him Out of Here." So we was doing like, I ran around in a fat suit one day, like through the community. Matter of fact, down the street from right here, down the street, literally. And we was like, everybody that was outside playing outside, we'd tackle them, do some wild shit. My man had a monkey suit on, like we was just doing stuff to try to get popping on the internet. Like, yo,
And now look, that's what it
yeah,
is.
like that was the thing then. We was making skits, like real shows and little stuff like that. Like just thinking. You feel what I'm saying? And I met them my freshman year. And that's the first thing we started doing. Let's make yeah, we watch our iCarly before. Yo, yeah. Let's do something like this. Cause we had took a TV class and we was learning how to edit and shoot things. So we was like, oh, let's do some shit with this. Like so it was
Crazy
like
how
that.
he took that lane though to do the curation and the event planning and the art shows and all that because that's something we don't have around here and that's something we need. And then he came up in a different environment and started that. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah, I feel like a lot of places in Jersey. I mean, I feel like all of Jersey really doesn't have that. Like,
at all.
yeah, and that's mad beneficial because it's like there's so many artists who would benefit from that, and we could have like so many artists who come out and like actually get bigger with that opportunity to get better on stage and like get themselves more developed as
So
artists.
I say this for me managing a group in Jersey, and I go back. We've been doing it since we was like fresh out of high school, so 10 years, right? So what you doing right now? I've seen the start when somebody else was starting it and trying it, but they give up. You know what I mean? They don't get that first reception good. They be like, all right, cool. So how was you able to basically go from the first show to you say you did seven?
Yeah.
So now you're at seven. So what would made you feel like, all right, I know I could really do this and continue to do it? Because now you're saying you just did one yesterday, and you about to do another one.
The 18th, yeah.
Make sure y'all go to the show on the 18th. We
Facts.
gonna pop out. You feel what
Bet.
I'm saying? So what made you feel like you could just keep doing it?
So I actually did a series of events before these series of events,
Gotcha.
and I started that in 2021, and those shows are called Come As You Are, and I had the same mindset for that as I kind of just had just in general, just of like wanting to bring different artists and creatives in general in Jersey together. So I put like different artists from different places in North Jersey on the same show and like put a bunch of vendors and I had painters hang up paintings. So it's like an all around creative showcase. And from doing those shows, like those shows are a lot. Those shows are like we get like 250 people for those shows. But from doing those shows, I realized because that was my first show and it caught traction off the first show. But I also used to study like art a lot of the time and like study like meaning and like the meaning behind songs, and I'm very based on like the meaning behind things. So when I did my event, I just thought of like I just put so much meaning into it that I realized like that's marketing, and that's like how you get a specific demographic and attract a specific crowd of people. Like I would make videos where it was like, yo, if you're from Jersey and you're an artist who's trying to grow, I'm doing shows and need artists. Just that sentence alone is like marketing specifically towards like any creative who's in Jersey and like trying to perform and stuff like that. So it's like just really, I really think it's just the meaning behind the event, and I think people very much are fans of the event rather than just whoever's on the show, because there's so many shows where it's like some people come for a specific artist and then leave right after that artist is done. Where it's like my shows, people are coming to see new artists, and it's like I prefer that than and I think that's the reason why it's really been going, because it has like a specific purpose, and it's for like the people. It's for like creatives. Like it services the people, and I think that's why it really goes. And that I took that same mindset that I put in that event into the underground event, and yeah, because the Come As You Are shows were already really big, so I wanted to help artists get to that point. So I'd start the developmental shows where it's newer artists, and they could get more developed and they could get on stage and practice more, and like so that's why we do those a lot, like often. Like the Come As You Are's were like spaced out, but a developmental show, I did three last month. This I did one this month, and I'm gonna do another this month. So, and I got a couple more in February. So, just trying to push artists in Jersey to get better, so that we could have like a bigger platform, and then like have that as like basically a launching pad, damn near, for like artists to get in front of a huge crowd. So that's kind of just the marketing behind it, really.
Is it a specific type of genre of music, or do you blend? Or
It's really all over the place. It's mainly hip hop and rock music,
okay,
but there's artists who do R&B. There's artists who do like reggae. There's artists who do like a bunch of different. It's really any genre they want to
Get
do.
some dope shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Thank
got
you,
you.
bro. It's like it's really any like anybody could do anything really. I'm like open to them doing any type of music. Someone just did spoken word on my
and I know you said stuff about like painters and everything too. Is that
yeah.
part of the show?
Yeah, for the last Come As You Are, we did um in the summer. That was the fifth Come As You Are, and we worked out with a venue where it's like we had different walls where paintings were being showcased, and we had a wall where anybody who came to the event, they could paint on the walls,
Dope.
and yeah, just try to just give more incentive for different like creatives, and like get more people to come out and be interactive and like actually get a chance to like be creative.
I gotta pull up to one of these.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sounds super dope.
You know, when I seen it, I was like, the first thing I said, oh, this shit look dope.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So even hey, artists, big time. You know, Uncle Ty, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. Practice, practice, practice. That developmental stage is very huge. You feel what I'm saying? Like getting better, even now knowing how to hold the mic, how to move, how to hold your breath the right way. You know what I'm saying? Pacing yourself through three songs. A lot of artists probably can't last two songs.
Yeah.
They're gonna be dead. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I'm very big on when I do talk to artists or young artists coming up. Is yo, as good as your song is, if you can't perform, it ain't no longevity in this game that you're looking at. You know what I mean? Because that's where your money at. Really, is being on that road and touring and doing shows and wanting people want to come see you
Yeah.
and wanting to do that. So like, just standing there and rapping ain't about to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you ever go to a good show, your artist is in sweat, like about to damn near pass out when they done. You know what I mean? So that's like one thing that I always made sure, as my group, you feel what I'm saying? Like, when we go out, like, we got to go out. Like, we should be dead after this.
Yeah.
Everybody should be tired. My DJ tired. Both MCs tired. I'm tired because I done ran through every part of the damn back trying to get film and film this and do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I think definitely what you're doing with the developmental stage is very big for them because a lot of artists be thinking it's easy until they get there and they see, there ain't got to be 100 people. Just see 10 people looking at you and they'll freeze up. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that's very big for artists to know if they're really serious about what they craft.
Yeah, yeah, everything is really just development. Like I remember when I first got on stage, I was mad nervous, and like I just really didn't know what to do or just wasn't comfortable in the performing.
Got you.
And now it's like I get on stage and like I have no nerves whatsoever, and I could just talk without even like thinking of anything. And it also helped me develop more like with hosting and just talking in front of people, because now it's really easy for me. But it wouldn't have gotten to that point if I wasn't actually getting more developed and practicing that. So yeah, it's all about just fucking practice, really.
So what's your ritual before you go on?
My ritual, I smoke weed. that's I've realized that's my thing. My dad is Jamaican, so
Okay.
it's only right.
It's in your blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hear you. Boom. So now look, what is your ideal show? Do you ever feel like you want to get a major artist to do a show for y'all? Or would you always want to just stay within this underground realm of putting it together?
I think when it comes to "Come as You Are," I would definitely want to get major artists for like headliners, because I think it would be a massive boost for like if we were to, because "Come as You Are" is supposed to be like the best Jersey artist in the underground of Jersey right now. So if we put on the best Jersey artist, then we put like a headliner on top of that, we get a lot more people to come, and then all them artists are really getting a lot more exposure. So it is kind of like the idea of making that a launching pad, and then have like the underground shows where it's like you could get better there, you can make a name for yourself there, and then once you get really good, and then we put you on the bigger shows, it's like now you're up. Like now we're really like making a funnel for the Jersey underground artists to really get big, so that it could be a state where people are looking at us like this is like a state where a lot of like great artists are coming out of.
Got you. I think it's already like that. I think we got a lot of artists. And I think right now we got the number one sub genre of music in Jersey club going crazy like
That's a
throughout the
fact.
world. Like
That's a
you feel what I'm
fact.
saying? Like literally they number one on every platform. These guys is going crazy. So like I think that already is shining a super light on us. Even though that's like our own little like that's our Jersey shit. But now that the world is fucking with it, I feel like it's gonna bring super more light to our actual music.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's gonna make it cool to say you're from Jersey again.
Yeah.
that's a fact.
There was a
You know what I'm
time where
saying?
like there's a time where like people from New Jersey repping New York or Philly if they're from the South. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they're not gonna get enough credit or like just recognition if they say Jersey. They're like, well, we're from Jersey. Unless you're from one of the big places like Newark or Jersey, something recognizable.
Then they got other artists that it
There's
came
people that
out.
are from like a random town and ain't no one heard of, so they're just like, you know what? When they get out, they just be like, oh, I'm a New York artist. I'm a New York artist, and it's like, damn, bro, you gotta put Jersey on the map.
Facts for
Put your
real.
little town, your county. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Put
Yeah,
them on.
that's what I've always done. Even before I did like the events and stuff, like I would go to New York shows and be like, "I'm from Jersey," and they'd be like, "Boo."
And I've been there. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been in one of them situations.
But now it's cool though, because now it's like now we like doing making noise in Jersey, and now like New York like promoters want to do shit in Jersey now. It's like, all right, that's
Oh,
fire.
they out here heavy.
Yeah,
Hold up,
facts.
hold up. They got a whole borough in New York right now that raps only over Jersey Club. The entire
Where?
Bronx. Every rapper that's out there right now, I'm hearing them like I didn't see them come to my little section of my city. You feel what I'm saying? And shoot videos in the city because they rapping over our shit. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Like how much hate we be getting.
And
You
then
feel what I'm
like
saying? Then now it's like
facts, like when you get a little
we
buzz from
yeah.
some shit, they just want to like do that
Oh,
same shit.
yo, I'm gonna fuck with that. I want to
Facts.
see that. You feel what I'm saying? And I love like the whole movement that we just got. So much different type of music, so you can't even make a Jersey sound. You know what I mean? If it's not Jersey club, like outside of that, just strictly music. I feel like there's no certain sound. Like everybody sound different from everybody.
Yeah.
Like nobody sound like each other, and I think that's the dopest part about just Jersey. Period.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's always been like something about Jersey that I like too, that it's mad diverse. Like nobody is really, you can't say like one specific thing other than a Jersey club is like a Jersey sound, because everybody's so all over the place, and that's really cool. And that's what I found out with like the developmental, that everybody's like on
At
mad
different times.
different like genres. Like some of them I don't even know what necessarily genre to classify them as, and I think that's really like cool and diverse.
another thing too I noticed about Jersey, other than the artists, the fans. Like when you go to like certain parts of the country, like some people only listen to like you go to the West Coast. A lot of those people are strictly West Coast, or they have a sound that they like. Come out to Jersey, like people like everything. People out here listen to their top five might be a Detroit rapper, a Cali rapper, uh, this type of dude who make this kind of music, a Jersey club artist. Their whole top five be diverse, and out here in Jersey, you hear that a lot because we'll be asking people like their top fives, and they'll be naming all these random people. But like if you go out to Chicago, I bet their top five is just strictly Chicago rappers. If you go out to like Cali, their top five is strictly Cali rappers. Like they ain't.
They ain't even looking outside there.
So other than even the artists being diverse out here, even the fans, like so it's a dope melting pot out here. That's why I fuck with Jersey, and like I feel like Jersey needs to get the shine because I think we're the best state. I ain't going nowhere.
So
People
do
can talk
I.
all the shit about Jersey they want.
So do I. I think there's so much potential in Jersey, really, but it's just like there's just not those platforms, and I think with the addition of those platforms that they would really go farther with it. That's why I see so many people just go to New York because that's where like all the platforms are at. So
Exactly.
people are just gonna go wherever like something is like servicing them, and not everybody like wants to do events, and not everybody wants to curate like shit. Like some people just want to be artists, but yeah, I just happen to love like doing like all this shit and like putting this shit together and yeah, I just want to keep building like and inspire like people to also do events as well because like if somebody did events from Jersey and like in like Central and then like they did it in South Jersey. Like I want to do events those places too, but if more people would do those like consistently, then it's like okay, now we're growing on like a whole different scale and like we could all really come together and like now it's really going crazy.
There was a group that they still doing their thing to this day. They do bigger concerts. Let's say they started off like with that EDM wave things like that, and then they changed into doing hip hop, and they do it. They call Concert Crave. I don't know if you heard of them,
Yeah.
but they are from like South Jersey, but they moved their way up to North Jersey to where they do an artist showcase. Right, they have about 100 artists come to Asbury Park. They perform, sell tickets, do that. Boom. From there, let's say the top three artists in there that they liked or they voted on. They take them and put them on their next big show. So like just to say, we did one with them and Jay Critch was the headliner in Saraville and we won the artist showcase. So we got to open up for Jay Critch. And then from there it's like I saw what they was trying to do, but because they're so scaled out, it's not as like a heartbeat. So like we from North Jersey, we didn't hook up with nobody from South Jersey while we was at the concert. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't like a community. So now that I think that that's been some time since then, I feel like the biggest thing is about the artist connecting with the artist.
Yeah.
Because I think the more so you see these artists together, the more collaboration it'd be from all of us as a community.
Yeah.
Because you can go to different cities and there's 5 or 6 different artist communities in the city instead of everybody just being joint to where we all got a little spot. Like, all right, every artist in this city goes to this spot and we perform here, we do shows here, we play our new music here. To where now it's like this spot, like the secret spot. So like might be a spot in Jersey City, right? Might be a spot in Newark. People from Jersey City should want to come to the spot in Newark to be able to see, oh, that's just a whole new artist thing like that. You know what I mean? I want to go play my shit there and see what they think. Oh, if you from Newark, you want to go to Jersey City and try your shit out there, see what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? To where it's like just a melting pot of everybody kind of collabing. Because then you get these cities going, you just keep moving down the line. You know what I mean? To where every city got a spot. You feel what I'm saying? To where there's a little culture there. So now you tapped in. So where everybody kind of know everybody as we move along. I feel like that bring like it's like the ladder effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this guy just did something for this person. Boom. I'm gonna just go right up with him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's more so instead of us like kind of like not competing, but all being and trying to start the same thing at the same time. To where we're not able to help. We just kind of just trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's beneficial too, because then when you like build multiple like scenes and shit, like you can then like combine that, and then it's like even bigger, and that I think that's really powerful about that too. Just like try to bring everything together in like different parts and just branch out. That's what I've always been doing, like just trying to go to different places in different parts and just see who I can meet and just try to branch everything together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be probably say your favorite performance that you've had as an artist?
Um, my favorite performance, I had a performance actually, in New York actually,
Okay.
and mad people from Jersey came to that show, and like I was performing, and I performed some songs that weren't necessarily like too like hype or whatever, but like most of the crowd was like singing the song, and like just like jump into the song and like I just had mad fun with that was the most fun show I've had and uh like 18-year-old me would like wish that I could do some shit like that. I mean, it's not like on a huge scale, but like still like to have some shit like that is like really dope as fuck. Especially when I wish I would have some shit like that, where it's like just the concept of people knowing your music enough to fuck with it enough to come to all the way to New York and then like sing your shit and then like know all the words and all that shit. That's like a crazy kind of concept to
That's
me.
when you know it was real.
Yeah, yeah,
He was like, I could do this shit. Fuck they talk about.
yeah, yeah. That's a fact.
Now that's probably the best thing I like to see out of artists is when they click. When it's like, oh shit, people actually like my music. People came to see me. Hold on, oh, they know the fucking words. That means they listen to this shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like I'll be listening to my favorite artist. Oh shit, I'm gonna do this now. Like I see like it's a different temperament in their movements and how they act after that.
yeah.
Because I feel like that's like a big moment. So I know as a curator, when you see somebody hit the stage and they kill it, you like, oh shit,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how I be feeling about my like shows. Like even if it's not a performance, like I remember my first developmental show. I'm like, all right, these artists are mad small, and it's not really too much of a appeal, like into the sense of like it's not really that big of a show. So I only really expected it to be like some real low key ass shit. And then at the developmental show, there was like moshing. There was like it was like a certain like energy in it that I haven't really seen before, and I just really like that, like how it turned out in that aspect because like it's crazy to like a lot of the time like I just I don't process things and my brain doesn't process things to their full extent of like how 2 years ago I would have dreamed to be doing this shit and like now I'm doing it so it's like now that's happening it's like okay cool like I'm really glad about it but I can't like geek over it too much and like get stuck on it because then I'm not gonna keep going so I kind of just like do it and like be appreciative of it and then just take from it and try to keep going with it. Yeah.
got you.
Those mosh pit shows be crazy, bro.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
most
seen one couple.
definitely.
Seen your last
They
shit. I
go
was like, oh,
crazy
they
at
wildin'.
they go crazy at all of
I
them.
had one time I was at a show. They started moshing. I had to pick my girl up and carry her out. So we leaving. She almost got hit like 2, 3 times. I said we
Hell
out.
no.
Said I can't afford you getting hit by somebody and then crazy in there.
Yeah, no, y'all, that should be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Nah, man. So speak to more so like on this tip. So how did you get into the genre of music you are from the city that you from? Because I
So
don't never heard it from that city. So to hear it,
so um I was like basically moved all over Jersey. Like I was born in Summit, New Jersey. That's in North. And then I was raised in East Orange and then till I was like 4 and then I grew up in Orange till I was like 12. And then I moved to Jersey City when I was like 12. So but when I moved to Jersey City, that's when I actually started like going because that was more like a city, and Orange is kind of like more like a town type deal. So it really was. I really wasn't. I didn't like that aspect because I didn't really know what to do there. But when I moved to Jersey City, I was kind of like, all right, there's trains here, there's malls here, there's like it was more of a city, and then New York is right there. So I kind of fuck with that more to the point where I was actually going out and trying to meet more people, and that's how I just knew everybody in like Jersey City, and damn, I forgot the question.
no, I'm
What-
saying
what-
how did you get into alternative?
Okay,
Rock?
okay, we're all right. So yes, so then uh, I don't. I mean, I feel like no city that I've ever lived in though was really. I feel like had like any type of vibe because I was kind of more to myself with everything. So it's kind of
Gotcha.
more like what I just kind of found like cool or what I just like was into. And the first genre of music I really listened to was like I used to listen to a lot of like majority '90s music, like whether it was like Biggie albums and fucking like Tupac albums, and then I love Nirvana and like I love mad like grunge music. So I used to listen to Nirvana. I listen to Alice in Chains. And I listen to like '70s shit like Pink Floyd and fucking
Pink Floyd fire. I fuck
nah
with that.
Pink Floyd is mad hard. And then like Led Zeppelin, like mad like just rock bands, like older rock bands, and uh
I just know them by the shirts. I don't know their music though.
Word. Yeah, no, they're really dope, and I kind of take a lot of inspiration from both genres. Like when I first started, I was trying to make kind of like a mixture of both of them, like because I
So
always
rap,
like those
rock, that
genres.
type of
Yeah,
shit.
like basically,
I
yeah.
mean, that's a real genre now.
Yeah, yeah. And then like I kind of more found that I didn't really know my sound though or know my style. But like I got more into when I was like in high school I got more into artists that were coming out like Juice World and shit. Whereas like I looked at that like he's singing as if it's a rock song, but it's kind of more like production of a rap song.
Got
So
you.
I thought that was really interesting, especially like how big he was. So I was like, that's something that's like people could resonate with on either side of the genres of like whether you're into rock or whether you're into hip hop, you will still love that music. So it's like that's kind of like wild to like a wild like reach that you have for that shit. And just me naturally being into both those genres, I kind of always dabbled into like trying to create like a new sound, like trying to like make some shit with those same influences of like different like rock groups and like rap because like lyrical rap always had a specific message and meaning, and that's what always attracted me to it. But my favorite rappers like Earl Sweatshirt, so
Got you.
like
Got you.
rappers who really are like saying something, and then like I take that lyricism factor and like try to put it on some like rock shit, but like I'm making a rock song, but it's like so much meaning in it, and so much lyricism in it. So I kind of just take influence from a lot of different things.
Got you.
But yeah, regardless of where I would be, I would still always be like on my like same shit. That's why I kind of always knew where I wanted to be at. Like in fucking middle school, I was telling everybody I'm not going to college. Like I'm thinking about not going to high school. Like
Except they might not going to high school.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I already know what I want to do and like who I am. So it's like regardless, I'm always going to find a way to like create an environment around me of people who are kind of alike and try to just keep pushing rather than because I used to be around a lot of guys who are I used to try to drag them. So I feel like I'm getting off topic, but yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. That's what
Now
we're here
we
for.
here to talk, man.
Nah, word.
Talk your shit. You feel what I'm saying? So once you got into this alternative rock, was it easy to find others like you, or was it like, damn, I'm the only
Nah,
one doing this shit?
it still feel like I'm the only one doing this shit. Really,
Got you.
in the city. I mean, in the state. Really. Uh, Not really. I mean, there's I feel like there's far more like rappers are like the bands of 2000. Like in 2000 there were so many bands that like if you rap you were different. But now it's like there's so many rappers that if you were a band you're different.
Got you.
So it's like it's far more rappers um and my collective actually like the collective that I'm in survive is like a alternative collective like we all make alternative music and we're in Jersey and like we make like either rock or like a combination of like alternative rock and like rap music type shit. So
Got you.
yeah, and so there's really not too many. There's really not too many. So but I love that honestly because I always go for a lane that's like not too what's it called like polluted.
Got you.
So I always like to do something like different. I don't like to do something that like everybody is like into. That's why I kind of feel like I have a negative bias on Drake or like anything that's like super
Mainstream.
like mainstream. It's like I feel like that it can connect to everybody. So I don't know. I don't know.
Who that sound like?
This guy.
Word.
He's strictly 90s hip hop,
Oh,
but
word.
he stuck with
I'm
his
su-
guys to now.
Not even that I'm 90s. I'm super underground right
Yeah,
now. To
that's
the
what
point where like
underground.
I be listening to underground rappers to the point where once they get a little too big, I don't even listen to them.
Word.
Like, yo, you know what,
Like,
bro?
nah,
He
I've been
can,
there, done
I
that.
mean, sometimes
I'm
it
on to someone
changes.
new. Like,
Sometimes it changes. Like when you were like an
Life
artist
change.
and you're like hungry and you're like really making music from a certain position in your life.
not that I don't respect mainstream artists, because I respect it, but I don't listen to it, and not strictly off the fact that they're mainstream. I'm not like that. I'm not that biased where like, oh, you're mainstream, I'm done.
A hit is a hit, man.
But a 90, a high 90% of the shit that a lot of people call quality and consider it mainstream or hits, I don't see.
No, I mean a hit.
Yeah,
Not like
fact.
the radio says a hit. I'm talking about when you put it on, no matter what time period you in, that's a hit. I'm talking about those records. Like Certain
I
records
don't
you
want
can
to get
hear.
into this now because it could start a whole thing. But like, there's a lot of artists that people hold to high standards. Where, in my opinion, I don't even think they got one hit. Like, to me, in my opinion, what I consider a hit, I don't consider none of them songs. Them shits was trash. Then they trash now.
Now, damn.
Yeah, like that's how I feel.
Nah,
I think if
artists
you
that
got
do
an
the same.
ear, you got an ear for music. It don't matter what genre it is. I can listen to a song and I'm like, I could tell if that was a hit in that genre. Like that's
Oh
a
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Like if you could hear it, if good music is good music, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? Like if it's a rock song, I might not even be into that, but I know when it's a hit. Like that's one of them records, and you know them records that cross over to you. Like how many records you know that you know you're not supposed to know, but you know the words to that motherfucker.
I feel like there's not a lot of hits in hip hop.
Like Britney Spears made hits. You know a couple of her songs just cause. Like that's a hit.
I feel like by that standard, like there's not many hits in hip hop.
Oh no, there's not.
There's really not many.
That's what I mean by you know when you hear it. Like good music is good music. So if you make great music, I'm gonna know if it's great music no matter if I like the type of music or not because it's good.
I feel like a lot
You
of
know what I mean?
a lot of hits that are gonna live on and be timeless are either like rock and roll, funk, or like that type of sound.
So why can't it be hip hop?
I don't really see a lot of these songs that were big on the radio living on like 50 years from now, like the same way we sing like
I see what you're
Aretha
saying.
Franklin and like that type, like James Brown. Like we're still singing the.
They're
and
still sampling that.
even
Marvin Gaye.
I'm thinking even before, like people way before that, or like the Beatles. Like people are still, they're still relevant.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think 50
like
years from
some
now
of
they're gonna
these
play
songs,
21
like
questions.
I don't think
I think definitely in the black
since
community.
we brought up Drake, I don't think Drake's gonna live on as far as we think. He's having a great run now. I don't think like our grandkids are gonna be like playing old Drake songs, like we play old. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's crazy. That's actually a very good argument. I think we will play it because we will have that feeling. Because you know when songs come out, that's a time period in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a time
Yeah.
capsule. So when you hear it, Joe, flip right back to, damn, I was 17, bumping Marvin's Room. Like, damn, bro. And that bitch did text me that bullshit. She left me.
Like if you
feel
go to
what
a
I'm saying?
party
Like-
right now, they're still gonna play like some old Stevie Wonder, and it's gonna turn the place up. I don't think in
Like
50
Michael
years
Jackson.
from now they're gonna throw on a Drake song and it's gonna have the same effect.
Well, I think those are certain artists that we name
It
it.
might because that it has some of them songs have like the most plays ever, like recorded on like Spotify or whatever.
I feel
So
what
I
you
think
saying
after
that.
like a certain number, I feel like it's like, I feel like too many people
Yeah.
know about you to forget about you.
No, he don't be forget about. I won't think
No,
he
I
would
don't
be.
think it'll be forgotten about.
But
But I
I
don't,
don't think
it's
he's
gonna be
a-
like that timeless classic hit that we're always gonna. It's just gonna fit in today's playlist.
No, I'll put it
I think
like
some
this.
of those, like, because when I go back and listen to some songs that I loved in middle school, high school,
It wasn't that.
they're not really that no more. And I listen to them and I'm like, it was cool then. I don't want to listen to this again.
I put an argument to you like this. That's like me personally. Everybody growing up, Michael Jackson's the biggest artist ever. You know what I'm saying? My niece is 6 years old. She tells me to play Michael Jackson's Essentials on Apple Music when she get in the car. I want to hear Dirty Diana. I want to hear Billie Jean.
Yeah.
She's 6. Mind
Those
you,
were like
Mike's been
different
dead.
quality of sounds.
You know what I'm saying? But
Like,
Mike been dead. Like she not even where she could see him. Like we got to grow up and see him live. You know what I mean? Really see him.
Yeah.
But somebody like that, but like she won't know who Prince is, and Prince might be one of the greatest artists ever. You feel what I'm saying? Like his songs ain't gonna live into their era, and he's one of the greatest that we've ever seen.
I have a nephew that's like 5. He knows like 10 Queen songs. Like he loves Queen.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by that. I said that I think it just depends on the artist because I just named 2 of the greatest artists that the world has ever seen, and one is gonna live forever, like literally live forever. And one's gonna stop with a certain time period. Like you know what I mean?
Like we were around for those streams, but like the kids that are gonna like,
They're not born yet.
yeah, they weren't around for those astronomical streams. So like, are they gonna love it?
Michael Jackson gonna live way longer than Drake.
Oh yeah, that's
No. I'm saying is he's like that's like one person that you could say like forever,
Yeah.
like to the end of time.
Timeless.
Michael Jackson was also like not. It wasn't even just the music. It was him himself.
Himself.
It was like a character, like with the golden glove and like the hat
Knew what
and
he was
everything.
doing,
like
man.
like it's all around like a presence. So I don't think
aura.
Drake really has that. Like as much as Michael Jackson, like he walked down the street, it'd be a mile of people running to him.
That's what I'm saying. Like the celebrity don't have that no more.
Yeah.
Like where it's like I need to see that. So like when you speak on that, like me personally, I think that there's no other like genre or even like soul R&B to hip hop. I feel like no genre of music lives like that. Like to where it's like that iconic to where it crossed over to everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Like Michael Jackson's for everybody.
Mm.
You feel what I mean on that to that type of point to where we all know their music, and I think hip hop's on the other genre that does that, where everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean, we speak on things like we make songs like about like love and shit like that. That's like a topic that's like universal.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think that could be something that could like live on for a very long time, and like everybody could just take kind of um like could relate to that.
got you.
Yeah,
I'm curious because you're in a different lane. Who's your top five of all time?
my top five artists also.
Artists,
Yeah.
just your artists.
Don't gotta be anyone we even know. Any like who do you like?
You
Top
name
five?
My
five
top
artists.
five
Like, got
artists
'em.
all time are, I would say, I'm trying to, is it, this is no specific order.
No, no.
I would
You
say
about to
like,
start getting mean to people, disrespectful.
I say, um, I say Kurt Cobain is one most definitely because I actually took a lot of influence from Kurt Cobain in the sense of like a lot of music would sound similar to me, and I liked the way he would like bend his voice and kind of like the way he would make himself sound.
Yeah.
And I was never like a technical singer or whatever. I didn't really know how to sing because my voice is kind of more deep. But I kind of looked at more videos and saw how like we baritone or not baritone, but when you like how to sing in different octaves. So
Got you.
I'm like in a deeper octave, so I sing things like in a different kind of way that makes it work. So I just like I just liked how he the style and kind of the music that he made and just how he performed as well. Uh, I would say my second is Freddie Mercury. It's fire because when I think of like a rock star, like I think of somebody who's like somebody who has like everything, like you could sing, you have a like a massive like stage appeal, like you're like you just have an aura around you like that is like just makes it for a great all around performer. And I think that's one of the best performers. And then like it's just
That's
so
a
much
good one.
meaning in the music and
That's
everything.
a good one.
Yeah. Um. Who else? Um. I would say J Cole is one of my favorites. Like not super so more as much. I don't listen to him as much, but like I used to love J Cole music because a lot of his music was like just chock full of like meaning and like lyrics, and I'm so like into lyrics. And in high school I would just be in the back of the class on my laptop reading like J Cole lyrics on Genius, just to because it's like a different it's like a whole different thing when you're reading it. And like I really wanted to I was very much into like everything and like concept albums and like shit like that. And people would say I look like him, and so um yeah. And so that's three. I would give a modern artist. I would say Juice World as one of the ones, just because um, Juice WRLD was one of the first artists where it's I could sing every one of his songs and sound good. That was one of the first artists I discovered. So I'm like, okay, I could sing. I that's how I kind of also learned how to tap in with my how I could sing, because I never really sang well, or I never really tried to sing like that. But it's like you could sing in like I don't know. It's like different. You could say different ways of like manipulating your voice or just singing. So I realized that I could sing all his music um, and sound very well. So it's like, okay, I'm kind of understanding more of my sound more.
Yeah.
So that is actually artist who like helped me like really develop. And I love all his music. I can sing. That's another artist I can sing like all his music. Like you play any song, I can sing the whole song. So yeah, that was one of my favorite artists as well. And
Number five always the hardest, man.
Yeah, it is.
nah, that's a fact.
Five changes too, like every 2 days.
You be like, damn, I don't know if he's number five no
If
more.
I ask you your top five tomorrow, whoever five is now, they'd be a different one tomorrow. That's how it always is for me. I always have a top four and then a wild card.
That's a fact. Um, I would say actually, uh, I don't know. I would say X Tentacion.
You would put him in your top five artists ever?
Yeah. Well, what are we talking about here? We're talking about most influential to me.
Yeah,
Your top five, yeah.
your top
Oh,
five.
okay, okay.
Yeah, not any type of talent.
Most definitely, yeah, that because it's like so I used to listen to mad older like music, like old rock and old hip hop, like '90s shit. And when I had my first girlfriend, she put me on to mad like newer like bands and like artists and shit like that. And
That's how I go. Relationship shit.
yeah,
I
and
put
so
music
I
on.
was like, all right. I mean, that's all she played. So she would play like Mad Pierce the Veil and like Black Veil Brides and shit. So that's when I got more into like listening to music like that. And so and she would also play a lot of like music that was like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like deathcore music where it was like the most aggressive screaming like songs that sound like a soundtrack to like On Your Way to Hell type music.
Oh damn.
So it was just the most aggressive like type screamo type music, and I was like that's kind of not really my thing. So I was kind of I didn't really listen to music like that really that much. And then when I heard X make music that he was like really screaming on, but like in a different way, in a more like I feel like it was more like palatable way to me, then I got way more open to like that lane of music. And that's why I just feel like a lot of people are very and especially like the people I was around, like everybody was just into hip hop shit. So like just me listening to that shit, they would like try to like clown me or whatever. So I just think just people are very closed minded to things that for certain aspects, and then when you hear things in a more palatable way or actually give things a chance, like you might actually like discover like something that is actually really powerful to you. And yeah, so that's an artist who kind of like helped me like try to like actually give that genre of music more of a chance rather than just the specific music that I heard that I thought wasn't really for me. So yeah, I think
Gotcha.
that's
I
five.
wonder if you even realize 4 out of your 5 are dead.
Oh yeah, who's not? J Cole.
J. Cole, I'd be worried.
Yeah,
J. Cole, watch your back.
all my artists are dead.
He said Omar's heard that. Damn, I'm wilding.
I was thinking about that when he was
I
talking.
wish they weren't.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Damn, that's a deep top five. I think most of the dope artists of the times
Yeah,
is gone.
for sure.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about this time right now. Like a lot of them are, um, like that's what's kind of that's why I don't really have too many that are alive right now because after that wave is kind of like not too many have come out that I really um, feel that influential from. And I mean, I feel like that also takes time to feel like that influence from somebody who you've never really even met before.
I just think it's about the artist.
I think it's funny too, like when you was talking about Kurt and how he uses his voice and how that was influential to you, this, that. And then earlier you said how you like Earl Sweatshirt.
Hmm.
I always think the same thing about him. How Earl really mastered how to use his voice as his sound. Like Earl has the flow, everything. Like Earl has his own unique everything. But there's something about his voice that's just like real attractive.
That's big on music is your conception of your voice when people hear it. Like
Yeah.
if you like the voice, you be like, all right, I could.
He has that real monotone style, but he learns how to shift it with some how he inflicts some of the words, and then when he hits certain flows, he like the way he'll use his voice to like hit a double entendre real quick, so you could hear it a little more clear or something like that. Like I fuck with Earl heavy too, so it was funny when you was talking about Kurt. I was like, I wonder if he was gonna bring up Earl in that top five.
Yeah, I was thinking about bringing up Earl. I was thinking of Earl or X, either of them.
Now Earl is super dope. Earl was like he Earl or either Earl or your old Droog are like because I'm a huge Doom fan. I grew up
Mm.
studying Doom and Doom is like my god. You know what I'm saying? So I like listening to Earl and I like listening to Drew because I feel like they're what we got next. You know what I'm saying? They're really carrying that torch that Doom really did with the creativeness and the style and just the type of rap. And I like the experimental. I like that experimental lane. I'm
Yeah, I
heavy
really do
into
too.
experimental rap.
Yeah, because it's just more like creative. It's like different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that too. Yeah, Earl and J Cole. Those were the main two. I used to read like all their lyrics. Like I feel like Earl writes like shit like it's a poem. Like when you
Yeah.
like read it, like that's why I really am big on like just lyricism and just like what you're, the meaning behind what you put into certain shit makes it like a lot more powerful.
It's funny that you say that. I don't watch the show ATL. You watch ATL?
ATL.
The show with Donald Glover.
Oh, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
that's one of my favorite shows.
Did you see the newer episode with Earl? One of my boys put me onto it.
Earl's on one of the episodes.
So there's
It's a
one
new season. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see the new season yet.
the new season, and like one of the dude's favorite rapper dies, and it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be Doom. Honestly, I think that's where they inspired the story from. Because like he dies, but they don't find out till a couple months later. It's like on some Doom shit, and then like the artist is like some super mysterious type of artist. But the guy who's playing the artist's voice is Doom, Earl. So you hear Earl throughout the whole episode rapping.
Oh, shit.
Because like after the guy dies, whatever, the fan finds out that it's like a scavenger hunt, and the album he dropped before he died is like a scavenger hunt to where he is, and he's not actually dead. So the whole time it's Earl rapping all these clues, and the guy goes on a hunt looking for him, and
That's fire.
it's super
Nah,
dope.
That's a
And
dope ass idea.
I'm about to watch Atlanta when I get home.
when you were saying you like meanings and everything, and then Earl, I was thinking that episode right there had super meaning, all the bars and everything, how it played into the episode. It was dope.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's
That's
fire.
why
That's
I really
talented.
fuck with like artists like that, because it's so much more like actual work to really put in to make something that like coincides and like has a specific meaning and like tells a story and shit. Like that takes true like artistry.
Word.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, you was into filmmaking, so I know you respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's dope. So look, man, it's that part of the show, man. Not your average questions, man.
Oh shit.
So look, bro. Everybody that come up here, they gotta answer these 3 questions for sure.
All right. All right.
So I got you. First one off top, man. Number 1 question on this show right here. 5 years in prison, 5 years smoking crack.
5 years. 5 years in prison, or I got smoked crack for 5 years.
Yes. Now I don't know what you're gonna be doing in these 5 years. I'm just letting you know these are your options.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to be the most productive crackhead you ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
I'm about to be on crack wilding. Like I feel like you gotta use whatever you got to your advantage. You gotta just take it in stride. In jail, I can't do nothing
At all.
But on crack, I might. It might. I don't know how I am on crack.
Some of the best artists in the
might help.
70s was wildin'. I mean 80s was wildin'.
That's what I'm saying. Like Jimi Hendrix.
Might do crack and end up better.
That's what I'm saying. Like the crack might
Make a
help.
hit. You know what I'm saying? Make a hit. Like, y'all got 3 hits off the crack. It's up.
We got 5 years to
Three
Look,
find
I'm
out.
gonna let you know it's very slim few that pick the
Nah.
crack.
If you make a hit off of the crack, I might have to shit. The crack might be the answer.
Oh yeah. He said crack might be
In all realness, though, I think a lot of the people that chose jail never actually been, so they don't know what they're in for.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't choosing jail for shit. I'm not choosing jail.
A lot of people choose jail way too confident and quick. Like that, nah.
Look, man, I'm just gonna do
Jail
that
is
bit. Know what I mean?
You ain't just about to do no bit.
You talking about crack every day?
Yeah, like you're
Crack
right.
every day?
You know crackheads, man.
For 5 years?
You got 5 years.
Oh, I'm gonna look crazy after that 5
I'm
years.
just saying, I'm coming home, Aki. Nah, I mean, might have got, you know what I'm saying? Beat up a couple times, fucking COs and whoop my ass.
No, on God though, I'd rather spend 5 years on crack than in jail. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah,
5 years in prison.
100%.
I'm
If it was like a year, that'd be different.
A year in
If it was
prison is
one-
crazy
If it
though.
was 1 year crack, 1 year prison, I'll choose the prison. A year flies by.
Yeah.
I'm
5
still
years?
choosing crack.
5 years is a long fucking time, bro. You'll be in there.
I'm
After
coming
like,
out
two,
different.
after like 2 years, you're just gonna be like, bro, I got 3 more left. This is crazy.
Where I should just smoke that crack.
That's tough. I ain't gonna hold you. 5 years is, you know what I mean? That's a whole new life, new world when you come outside. No cap.
That's what I'm saying. You're a whole new man.
Fuck it, I'm being shape. Like, yo, gotta do what I gotta do and start over. Fuck it. I can't do no crack though. I couldn't do it.
It might be hard to kick the crack after 5 years. That's the only
Look,
thing.
that's when you're done, you're done. After the 5 years is up, you got no more crack.
Right. I might have to go find it. If not the crack shit, you can be addicted after that. But yeah, that's my answer.
Got you. Now look, bro, this one right here, everybody get a little mixy. Would you fight a wolf with your bare hands, or fight a gorilla with 5 of your niggas? I want you to be mindful.
Oh, I
Both
might
animals.
I might have to do some dirty shit. I might have to take the gorilla because I'm gonna fight him with my 5 dudes, but I'm gonna be like, y'all got it. I'm gonna really just make sure that our surroundings is straight. Like y'all fight the gorilla, and I'm just keep watch.
Got you. So you just putting 4 people to death.
I'm gonna help out. I'm gonna give some support. I'm gonna give some verbal support.
Nigga said verbal support. Hell
That's
no.
needed. That's needed.
He gonna catch
I'm
the
a
first
coach.
person he touch and rip halfway through. It's gonna be no more verbal. You gonna be in shock.
That's the easiest finesse. Instead of making a team and you on the team, you just make the team. You become the coach, and like I'm put y'all out there, and I'm gonna just tell y'all what to do.
But yo, go left. Yo, he didn't call him.
It's a weak spot.
Human sacrifice.
Word, like yo, I ain't. You know what I mean, I tried to get him out of there.
Word.
Boom.
I'm gonna pick 4 of my homies and one dude I don't fuck with like that, and we gonna throw him in.
Word. Let's see what he could do for real quick. All
While the
right.
bear's distracted, we're gonna gouge his eyeballs out.
Y'all crazy, man. But hey, man, we want to thank you for coming through, man.
Of course,
Appreciate you, man.
Having me.
Let them know where they can find you at, where you gonna be at, how many shows you got the next 10 years coming up. Let's go.
You can find me on all platforms at Kurt Donavon. That's Donavon, and
Spell it right.
and yeah, and I have a lot of shows in Jersey coming up, documentaries in Jersey coming up, films, all of those things.
Where do I find the shows on your Instagram and stuff? Because I
Yeah, on
definitely want to check
Instagram.
those out.
Yeah, and I have documentaries that I have camera people like film the whole shows and like edit them. So yeah, you can find it on Instagram, on YouTube. I have new music. I just dropped a new song. I have a lot of new music coming up. I'm working with a lot of different artists in Jersey. I'm working with new music with my collective Survive out of Jersey. We doing a lot for the music scene, and I'm putting together a lot of new music for y'all. I'm trying to drop like fucking mixtapes and just singles and just music videos and just flood with everything. I'm making music with my band. Lots of music to come. Kurt Donavon.
That's dope.
Stay tuned, man. We out of here.
Jersey, culture, 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 culture.